Hello, everybody. It's Randy Hilarski coming at you from Acapulco, Mexico. Tonight I have a PSA, a public service announcement for my Hexican friends. For those of you who don't know, there is a coin called Axion, which is a copy of HEX, very similar to what we know in the HEX community. And I see people talking crap about it within our community all the time. I don't talk crap about it. Why? Because I think it's a legitimate project, right? So back when they had their so-called rug pull, I think it was the day they launched, there was some nefarious code that the guy was in charge of the launch. He was hired as a contractor, and he put the code in, and he stole a bunch of funds, and that was considered the rug pull that we saw happen with Axion. While everyone was talking smack about Axion, and the whole thing had fallen apart supposedly, I was there as a bottom feeder, and I bought a bunch of Axion. Over the next 2 days after the collapse, I got a good deal. You know, they were so cheap that I couldn't say no. While, you know, that whole Rothschild speech where he said, you know, when there's blood in the streets, that's when you go in and you buy things, and I did that. So I got a bunch of Axion at a very, very cheap price, and I went and I staked them. Well, Axion recently made some adjustments to their platform, and they have a really cool feature they're about to launch. And for those of you who understand HEX and HEX shares, Axion is kind of similar. And the more shares you have, the more interest you make. And how do you get more shares? Is that you stake longer. So the Axion team came up with this novel plan to pay people in WBTC, that's wrapped Bitcoin on the Ethereum network, for holding and staking their Axion. So I got super excited. I said, hey, I'll take advantage of that. I think that's a great option. But then this week, they announced that they were giving everyone the ability to restake their Axion for a longer period, and you could take your principal plus the interest that you've already earned and stake it out for longer periods. And what I did is I did the full 55-55. Look, I got these coins so cheap, this was a no-brainer for me, and I think that many of you Hexicans as well who got the free claim, if you had HEX, I think it was before, I think it was March of 2020. Don't quote the exact date. I mean, you can go check yourself how much you were able to claim. But if you got your Axion, you can take that stake that you had with HEX, those free Axion you got for your HEX stake, and then put them out for 55-55 and earn the WBTC. And it all depends on how many shares you have. So the more shares you have in Axion, the more WBTC you're going to be earning biweekly. So I recommend everyone do it. Now I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to show everybody how it works. Now this is not my HEX account. This is an account I just set up specifically for my Axion. All right, so let's take a look at it. Now, as you can see, I still have some stakes that I have not changed over to the 55-55, but this one is my biggest one. It was originally 10 million principal and 10 million Axion principal, but I had earned 2,500,000 Axion, and I was able to upgrade it and put it out for 55-55, and you can see I got 46.5 million shares, and it's earning me an APY of 139%. Now, Axion's interest, or not interest, their inflation rate is 8%, so it's a little bit more than double of what HEX has. But and once again, stakers make all the interest rewards. So on top of that, you're going to earn some bi-weekly WBTC. And I did my numbers, and I listened to the recent stream they had on Axion today, and I should be earning a couple $100 a month worth of WBTC. Now, it's all connected to the price of Axion. So if the price of Axion goes up 10x, I'm guessing I should be up 10x in the amount of WBTC I'm earning. All right, so once again, WBTC is just Bitcoin wrapped on the Ethereum blockchain. Now, this is not cheap to do. So let me see if I can show you what it would cost. This was 2 million Axion. My principal is 2.496, 2,496,000. My shares will go from 3,979,000 to 9,281,000, and my end date would be April 28th, 2036. Let's see what it says here for the fee. The fees are not cheap, but I just think it's worthwhile, especially if I'm getting paid the WBTC. I'll make that back in a little over 2 months, I think. Right, so it's $447 that would cost me to do this, and I am not going to do it because I do want to have some Axion that comes out sooner. So I already had done my largest, and I did the other one that was 5 million, and I got 5,777,000. It started out with 5, so I got 777,000 extra Axion to stake at 15 years, and you can see my APY is at 139.23. So let's go over to, I'm going to change my my screen share here to a different one. This is I want to share the Axion Today tab. Okay, so this is Axion Today, and this is the same account that I was just showing you. So far it says, remember I just restaked everything, so my interest accrued is much lower than it was a couple days ago, but this is the newest update. So it's $401 I've earned so far with all my stakes. It says I'm a dolphin, so they use the same system that we have in HEX, or very similar, that the Staker app in HEX uses. I'm still a dolphin. It says I have 0.02544% of all the shares in Axion, and I expect that to go down as more people like you guys who are watching here go into Axion and take your free Axion that you received for your HEX stakes, then put them out 55-55. Listen, guys, it's free money. Free money. You know, what is the smartest thing you could do? You could take your coins, put them out 55-55, get your free WBTC biweekly for just holding your Axion, and then in 15 years you'll get your Axion tokens. If it's still around, great. If it's not, hey, you got these coins for so cheap. They're up a couple, I think 2 or 3x since their original launch. Still doing really well. Come on, just it makes sense to just restake them out. So it says my average active stake length is 9.74 years, and I have 79 million shares. And Axion stake, it says 24 million, and it shows my daily payouts of what I'm receiving. And here's all my stakes down here at the bottom. So this Axion Today website is badass. I really like it. So they really dive deep into what we're doing here. So check it out, guys. This isn't rocket science, right? This is it. Free money is free money, and I'm never going to knock free money. So for those of you in the HEX community that have not claimed your Axion, I still think it's available. Check it out at the Axion website. And for those of you that have already done it, I recommend that you go in and you restake them out if you think it's first, if you can afford it, because the ETH price is so high right now. But you're going to get that back, especially if you're one of those people like me who had 20 million Axion, or 26 or 24 is what I have, and receiving that WBTC every month just makes sense. I'm not saying go out and buy a ton of Axion, folks. I'm saying those of you who got the airdrop, I highly recommend that you do this. If you don't, that's fine. A year from now you'll be able to get your airdrop and sell your Axion, or a year from whenever you did your original stake. But for those of you who haven't taken advantage of the airdrop, I recommend you do. So thanks everybody. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm just trying to help all my fellow Hexicans make some cash. Cheers.